Welcome to Aphra's Artifacts, where we do some archaeology of our own and dig into the queer side of Star Wars. I'm your host, Alia Morgaine, and it's so great to have you here. Well, today we're talking about Commander Larma, Adasi, and Lieutenant Wrobie, Tyce. They were the first live-action confirmed queer couple in canon, and they enacted the first on-screen queer kiss in canon. Although they are two relatively minor characters, it was still wonderful to see that Lucasfilm and Disney are not 100% terrified of bringing queerness into the mainstream. So, first I'm going to break down the two women individually, and then we're going to talk about them together. So, Commander Larma Adasi is found in The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. She was one of the people that was loyal to Admiral Holdo, so was taken prisoner by Poe in The Last Jedi. Some of her past, so going back, she was from a career military family that was entrusted with the protection of sovereign space in the Warlentta system. Her father loudly questioned New Republic demilitarization. Being a military careerist, no patience. Sorry, my cat. Being a military careerist, he was unsure, was nervous about this whole demilitarization thing, knew there was something brewing with the Final Order, and when Adasi was like, hey, I want to join the Resistance, he was like, yeah, go for it, let's do this. So, she started off as a fleet officer aboard the Radis, and then in Last Jedi, and then in Rise of Skywalker, was the personal advisor to Leia on First Order movements and tactics. So although she is a minor character in the grand scheme of things to the viewer, she's a very important, very integral part of the Resistance. And then we get Lieutenant Wrobie Tyce, who is Adasi's wife. So they're wives, they're married. And Tyce is found in The Rise of Skywalker. So in her past, in a previous life, she was a courier ship pilot, also on Warlentta. So they came together as a pair to the Resistance. They were already married before they joined the Resistance, and they were from Warlentta. So Tyce started off in Cobalt Squadron, one of the squadrons that contained the Starfortress bombers. And she was part of Cobalt Squadron when they defended Fabrin and supply lines in the Nanthri route of the expansion region. So she missed out, actually, on the evacuation of Dakar, which is why she's not in The Last Jedi, because she was reassigned to Snap Wexley and flew an RZ-2 A-Wing. So she was off recruiting new members of the Resistance with Snap Wexley, dealing with Black Squadron type things, when the evacuation of Dakar happened, when the Battle of Crate happened, and she was overjoyed that her wife was still alive post-Battle of Crate, once they reconnected. So Adasi and Tyce share a blink and you miss it kiss in celebration of the destruction of the Final Order in Rise of Skywalker. And it's the kind of kiss where instead of me going, oh my God, this is happening, this is so cool, I love this. Instead I went, what, Did that really happen? Did I just see what I thought I saw? So unfortunately, it's not that prominent. It's not that obvious. You have to rewind and pause and fast forward and adjust and move the cursor, and it's just to find that one quick moment. But they did it, I guess, throwing us a bone. So I'm happy that happened. I'm overjoyed that they at least tore off that band-aid. They revealed a live-action confirmed queer couple. They had an on-screen queer kiss. Of course, before that, we have my previous video where I talked about Flix and Orca, the first confirmed on-screen queer couple, but they were animated, not live action. So this was the first live action. which for most people is the quote real Star Wars, which I don't agree with at all, but that's just the way it is. So I'm glad that they did that. I'm glad they included these women. So in my opinion, though, that kiss should have been Poe and Finn. Storm Pilot all the way. But you'll have to wait for a future video on why I think this. There is evidence in books that shows that Poe and Finn had a thing for each other, and they were flirting with each other, and that there's definitely deep-seated attraction between the two. So I'll be talking about that in a future video. But even though it wasn't Poe and Finn, which would have been amazing because they're main characters, I'm still super happy that this exists, that we have Adasi and Tyce. So comment down below on what you think about Adasi and Tyce, what you think about this final inclusion of a confirmed queer couple in live action, what you think about finally getting an on-screen queer kiss, and, you know, if you want, comment on Storm Pilot. So remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter at @AliaMorgan, and peruse my blog at thestarsreview.blogspot.com. Remember to tune in next week at Sunday at 6 p.m. Central for more content. May the Force be with you.